the Auburn Blitz Podcast, your direct source for all Auburn all the time with Brett Pritchard, Faith Richardson, and Randy Lee.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Auburn Blitz Podcast here on a Tuesday morning. We are glad that you have joined us wherever and whenever it is that you join us each and every day here on Auburn Blitz and making Auburn Blitz part of your daily Auburn athletic intake. Good to see everybody this morning. A lot to dive into here on a Tuesday. Auburn officially announcing Alex Golesh as its new head football coach yesterday. We will talk about that. A massive turnaround for him, the staff, the players, all those things. Man, no time for sleep. I know how he feels. No time for sleep, no time for anything other than work. And that's what Alex Golesh has in front of him. Faith, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good to see you. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that just keeps rolling out. We keep seeing more and more and hearing more and more. So I guess, the only thing you can do is just look at the other things going on, and thankfully you're not in that mess.
Yeah, no kidding. We'll kind of go back and talk about a few points from the press conference, and then, shifting focus to signing day tomorrow and trying to salvage a class and see how that's going to work out. Portal, what would be some of the interesting names that you see coming in out of the portal? Namely the quarterback from South Florida, who's been a 3,000-yard passer, 1,000-yard rusher last year, and then I think the previous year was the same, or either in 20. I can't remember. It was 23. I was looking. He only played in 4 games 1 year. That's why he's able to come back next year. Had a red shirt, but almost had 3,000 and 1,000 the first time he started. So just a really, really good player. What will that look like for this quarterback room currently? How will that play out? Number one thing on the priority list, I think, coming out was DJ Durkin, though, yesterday. And never really, yes, we are live. We're supposed to be live, Justin. Yep, I think so. Last I checked, unless I'm in an alternate universe. So, the DJ Durkin not being really mentioned by name. Rosie asking that question, and then still hadn't heard anything from that. So that's priority one, is who's going to be. It's going to be your guy on the defensive side. Obviously, Cody Burns has already been announced and going to be basically the associate head coach. What does that mean title wise for DJ Durkin? I think DJ Durkin really felt like he had the job Sunday, late Saturday night, Sunday. Now, does he feel differently about the way this thing's been approached? I don't know.
Yeah, I see how all of this went down in the last couple of hours, right before the Iron Bowl. It was where we heard Summerall's name was completely taken out of it. You and I were kind of like, well, is it going to be Durkin now? And then the Iron Bowl happens. And then after that, all of a sudden, Alex Golesh's name comes up through everything. And so I can see how Durkin would definitely think that, hey, I feel like this was taken from underneath me, But I do think if Durkin stays, I think this team would really be on both sides of the ball unstoppable. You see what Coach Durkin did when he was just the DC and didn't have that interim head coach role, and the defense was significantly better, and it was a lot more powerful. And so I think that's where he needs to stay, on that side of the ball, and not spread himself so thin. So I think if he can, I don't even know what the whole contract is of being on this, if he's supposed to be on the staff, if he's not, I don't really know. But I think if he is welcome on the staff. I think he would be unstoppable with potentially what Alex Golesh's offense could entail.
Yeah, I just think, we discussed it before, Auburn named a coach, how all this would work out as being an interim coach and being a defensive coordinator. Who you bring in, you have conflicting styles. Do you mesh? Does somebody make that a condition of getting the job? You keep certain coaches. You just go into things. You don't want to go into things already with handcuffs. I hate to say it that way, but when you look at it from a full blown 30,000 foot view, if you take a job, you want to be able to have full control of what you can do. And if you make the mistakes, then it's on you. You don't want to be you don't want something forced down your throat. And I'm not saying that's not a cut against DJ Durkin. It's just saying that whoever is the head coach needs to have autonomy to be able to pick who they want. I've seen it in high school. I've seen it at all different levels. And when you tell somebody coming in, hey, we're going to give you this job and we expect this, but by the way, we put these conditions on you and you need to keep this guy and this guy. Doesn't usually work out well. And we talked about that coming in. Now, it appears that Alex Golesh is trying to make things work here. It's not like, because I think if he would have really wanted to move in another direction, we would have seen that and heard that already. But I think that they're trying to work it out. It's probably in DJ's court. I mean, based on what we're hearing and what role he's going to have, and if that's what he wants to do. And I think he'll still be one of the highest, if not the highest paid assistant in the entire country. So there's a lot of incentives there. Is there somebody calling on him that's a more I guess, enticing option out there? I mean, I don't know. I mean, is somebody could that be a factor? There's a lot of that has to be considered here.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you need to get to an answer quick.
Yeah, I think the quicker you get there, and again, tomorrow's the day for signing day. You've already seen Braylon Womack flip his commitment, and so I know we'll talk about that later, but DJ does have such a good relationship with some of these recruits, but also these guys on the team. I think that's a huge part of it too. A lot of them were really excited about him being the interim head coach and how there was an attitude change kind of with him too. So I don't know. I think it is kind of probably a little bit of a disaster right now in that sense. But other than that, I mean, all good things.
Yeah, all the things, no doubt. Yeah, I agree, Patrick. Again, we appreciate all the comments over here. Yeah, Womack being an Ohio State and then considering Auburn and now end up at Mississippi State's just kind of that's recruiting, man. You never know what you're gonna where people are gonna end up, what situations are gonna cause people to change. So yeah, I mean that to me is the imminent thing. And I was gonna ask, but we were on row 937 in the press conference. By the time they worked their way back to the rest of us, all the questions in some form or fashion had been asked. But I was going to ask, and it was kind of answered in one big collage question. There were some stupid questions asked yesterday too, by the way. I had a conversation yesterday with a couple of people, and they were like, you finally get a chance to ask the new head coach a question. That's what you ask. It's like, but the whole culmination of what is priority one for you, because everything can't be priority one. Everything is very imminent, but something's got to take precedence. Is it this recruiting class? He talked about recruiting a 250-mile radius. I think that's for the future. I think you want my honest opinion? I think he's like, we'll do what we can tomorrow on this and try to get this signing class and then work our way into February, which is February 4th is the second signing day. But we're going to have to hit the portal. We're going to have to evaluate. We got to retain our roster. I just didn't feel like tomorrow's that big of a deal. Like, it felt like in the press conference, he was ready to get out of there. It was like, I've got to do this. I'm appreciative. But you could just see he kept looking at his watch a couple times saying, we're in the 23rd and a half hour of this thing, and I've got 852 things to do. It just felt like that. And I'll get into that too. And I know you got some points that you want to give on the initial, what you feel like of Alex Golesh, the perspective that you take on that. But it just feels like I don't really know what his top – there's like three things at the top that he feels like he's got to get done now.
I don't know realistically what your top priority is supposed to be at this moment. I mean, seriously, you've got so many things going on, and what is supposed to be your top priority? I mean, he does need to have kind of three right now for him to say, all right, I need to figure this out. Got this signing day, all these different things. I think he's handling it as far as I could see. I think he's handling it as best he can.
Yeah, truly drinking out of a fire hose. K Smalls, I think the structure, I was about to talk about that on Golesh, on the compensation. We posted that yesterday. Just from November 30th through December 31st, 6.75 million, and then it structures up from there every year through 2031 up to 8 million. Then you have the performance incentives there, which are cumulative, which is massive. 9th regular season win, 1.5, 10th regular season, 2 million, and then 11th and 12th, an additional million, and then the highest of the following. So if you make it to the SEC championship game, you get 150, 300 for winning it. So that would trump that. And then cumulative, all of these things, if you make the college football playoff and you make all these different levels all the way to winning it, up to $1 million for the win, $1 million to make the playoffs, everything in between, and then rewards for getting named Coach of the Year, SEC Coach of the Year, National Coach of the Year, final ranking in the top 25, all kind of different things, all kind of great things, man. It's a high incentive based contract structure.
I think that's how, and I don't really know what other contracts for real look like, but I think that's a really great way to have it be structured. I mean, you should want to work towards winning something and get something out of it. So I think that's a really great way that it's been structured. And I hope that, he can find himself making some more money because he's going to bring this program to success.
I've said it. I mean, not that his starting salary is shabby, because it's not. I mean, to be making $6.75 million now, again, at the top, you've got the clown show and Lane Kiffin down at LSU, but I guess he's worked his way up to that and made that and proved. Alex Golesh still, coming from where he's coming from, that's a pretty good salary coming to a major university in the SEC. And you add all this stuff in there. I've always been incentive based in every phase of life. When you hand somebody everything at the beginning and don't give them any incentive to keep using that word to work harder, then you're not going to get good results. I'm not saying somebody can't go out and work hard anyway, but man, if I know I can go make another $1 million if I do this, or I can go make another $2 million if I go do this, and I can get, not that he needs extra motivation, but that's extra motivation. If you can take your salary from 6.7 million to 10 million by doing some things, that's a different thing, rather than just handing the guy 10 million and going, hey, we hope you do all this. And that's why I said attitude change. Like, from the press conference yesterday And I've said this a million times. We needed a different mindset in this building at Auburn. I mean, the nice look. I don't have anything against that, but in this business, man, you've got to be hard nosed, and you can't waver in how you feel about stuff. And it just seemed like there was a lot of docile, submissive, type B personality guys, and this guy ain't that. This is a guy that's like literally his hair's on fire because it's red, but he's like trying to let me get through all this PC stuff I got to do, and let's go get all this business stuff going because we got a lot of work around here to do. And yes, I'm aware that Auburn has had 5 losing seasons, and my intention is for that to end now. And whatever I've got to do to make that end, I've got to get out here and start doing it. That was my take.
The way he also is so fired up in the sense of, if these players don't want to play and have, have each other's backs, but also, with the coaches and everything, if they're not playing to go out there and win, if they're not playing and having an attitude of, I want to say old school mentality, right? I feel like that's what
Right.
Coach Golesh kind of has, is that old school mentality of, all right, you work hard, you go out and you get to play. But if you don't work hard and you are a cancer inside the locker room or to the other guys on the team, we don't want you here. If you have any negativity and don't believe in this, then see ya. You're not on this team. You're not going to see the field. And that's what I really like about him is I see him having, everybody on the same page with the same mentality of, hey, let's go out there and win. Let's go do this. We've got each other's backs. And so I really, really liked that about him.
Yeah, I just, I think going along with certain players are saying things and all that, there's just here's my take on this. The umbrella approach, everybody. If you don't want to be down at Auburn, just go. I don't care what you've done to this point. Everybody's, we got to keep this guy. We got to do this and all that. Like, that's fine. And I know that some guys are going to want things and they have the right to go in and negotiate it. This is a new guy and this is a new staff and they've got visions. And I'm telling you, sometimes you just have to clean slate things and start over in as much any areas as you can because the culture just kind of continues to permeate that building over the last 5 to 7 years. And you need everybody's got an opinion, but the only one that really matters is Alex Golesh's. And you need somebody that's in control. And you can't let everybody have a say in dictating what your decision is. You got to make a decision. It's what makes it so tough in this world to be a leader. You're not going to make everybody, you're going to make more people mad than you are happy, but you got to live with the decision you make, and everybody ain't cut out to be that. And so, like with Coach Durkin, he's got to make a call. If there's offers, things probably aren't going to be the same for him under a different staff. And I know that's hard for an ego, and that's hard for, somebody to move on when they've been handed the keys temporarily. And now you're going to take a regressive step back in your mind. At this point, it's really not about the money for him. Maybe it's about the status and the control and what he's going to be able to do on his side of the ball. So all of that kind of plays into the decision making for DJ Durkin. And I think that's what they've got to come to a conclusion. And I'm sure Alex Golesh is like, look, man, sleep on it, whatever. But I got to know as soon as possible so we can move either in the same direction together or we need to part ways and I got to go find somebody.
I was listening yesterday to Nick Saban having a press conference a while ago when he was the head coach at Alabama and talking about how, players that don't see the field and how they want to transfer out and something like that. And this is before kind of everything happened and how to be able to see the field and get better and everything. And that's kind of the same mentality I got from Alex Golesh. And that's why I think we might see some guys hit the portal or we might see some guys leave or not commit. I don't know. But I see him making that change of mentality with every single kid that will be on the team of everyone has the same mindset. Everyone has the same goal to go out there and win, and not just, oh, we're good enough to win, but something's not happening. He wants them to go out there and play all 60 minutes or give all 60 minutes, even if they're not on the field, and work their way up to getting out there. So I don't know. I really do think he has a different mindset than the last couple of coaches Auburn has had.
Yeah, it's a totally different person. And again, you can't fake that. You know, that he didn't get up there and try to be a politician. He didn't get up there and ask for, hey, everybody, we're gonna have to rebuild. You know, y'all be patient with me. You know, I didn't hear any of that. I heard, hey, you know, we got to get to work. I expect to win, and you know, we've got this. And I told, you know, you and I talked about it on our little video yesterday after we left the press conference, that explosive plays on in every phase. You know, there's just, it's not the end of the world, everybody. If DJ Durkin leaves, everybody just needs to chill. Like, I hate it too. I like Coach Durkin, but I mean, it's isn't really about him now. That's what everybody needs to understand. Like, it's about Alex Golesh and what he wants to do. And if he's giving him the opportunity to stay, that's great, under whatever terms he wants to do. Now, if that causes some of the guys to get in the portal, this is the world we live in now. And that's the case. I mean, you saw Braylon Womack when the new coach was hired, and DJ Durkin hasn't left yet, and he decided to go ahead and decommit and shift over to Mississippi State anyway. So with all of this in the players' hands now and their opportunities to leave, bottom line is you can't make decisions on what a few players, even though some of them are really good and you want to keep them, you can go in there. Like Deuce Knight, for example. I'm sure Alex Golesh, from what we were told, went up and was very straightforward with him and said, look, yeah, we love you and we want you here. You're a big part of this, but, you know, we're probably going to bring some guys in. There's going to be some competition in this room, you know, and
if you're not willing to compete and try to outwork somebody else, then I think you should leave and you should hit the road. As long as there is no loyalty to, kind of like Hugh Freeze had with Peyton Thorne and had with Jackson Arnold at the beginning of the season. If there is no loyalty of, all right, we have to play this guy, no matter how bad he goes out there and lays an egg, then I think you stay and you work hard and you try to get that starting position or try to get in that rotation. But if you can't commit to that and you just want to go somewhere else where, all right, you can go start at, I don't know, Wake Forest or somewhere like that, go.
If Byron Brown getting in the portal, if he gets in the portal, I don't know if he's gotten in yet or not, but when he gets in the portal, it feels like, from things that we were told yesterday and what we read last night, if Byron Brown scares you or you don't want to do that, or you feel like there's already an inside track with Alex Golesh, which he has coached him the last couple of years, I mean, and you don't want to fight through that, then, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. And so, you know, what is that? Jackson Arnold obviously is gone, but there's no way he stays, because Ashton Daniels is staying, and Jackson Arnold, like, what are you going to do? Be fourth string? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny against him. I'm just saying that if he wants to continue to play college football, it won't be at Auburn. He needs to go. And so I think he'll leave as well. So there's a lot of decisions that have to be made by a lot of people, you know, not just the coach, and then I think there'll be priority placed on the guys that they want priority on. And then they'll say, hey, the rest of you, we want you here, but if you feel like there's greener pasture somewhere else, then go. I mean, and that's kind of what you got to look at. Like, I'm going to use Malcolm as an example, but first, before we do that, we come back and talk about Malcolm after we talk about some of our partners here on the program, Sensagreen.
For air that's cool and clean, call on Sensagreen. With how much, you know, you've had to turn your heater on and then have to turn the AC back on. You want a reliable unit, and Carrier is going to be the unit for you. Sensagreen is going to save you thousands of dollars if you want to install a Carrier unit. So call on Sensagreen. They are the experts in the state of Alabama. So call Sensagreen for all of your air conditioning, HVAC, heating and cooling needs.
Scout Program Management, a full construction management firm. They are located in Birmingham, Alabama, but they serve the Southeast. And if you have a massive project coming up that you're bidding, or anything that you've got that, you know, from a municipality standpoint, from a city government standpoint, you got a major project, you need Scout Program Management to lead that for you. I know you got people in-house, but that's what they're hired to do, and they make sure everything meticulously is taken care of from start to finish, pre-construction phase to the finished product. Check out Scout Program Management. They do it right. You'll be glad you hired them. You heard it here first from us here on Auburn Blitz.
Bunkers in downtown Auburn, the perfect mix of sports, food, music, and fun. Downtown Auburn, 50 parking spaces. They've got great happy hour deals all the time, live music. It's the best place for you to go and just hang out, get some good drinks, some good food. I mean, my Christmas present hopefully is coming back here at the end of the year, maybe at the beginning of next year. So I can, promote that when they come back with that. But even now, there's still so many good items on the menu. So you want to go to Bunkers in downtown Auburn.
No doubt about it. The cart source, man, the ad just is awesome because it's orange and blue, right? So you need to go check them out. Harrison's our guy down there. He will take care of you. Easy Go, Cushman, Yamaha, Club Car. It's all the best brands. So I know all of you out there have been like, man, I want to ride around in a golf cart in my neighborhood, or I've got hunting land. They can customize it with the different type of wheels, the different sound systems, all the things that you want. Man, Christmas is a few weeks away. Can't believe I said that. That's crazy. And what an awesome Christmas present. And the deals are unbelievable. Like, you go down there and you go, man, these things are probably, it's unreal. I was blown away at how affordable these things are. And they're the best. Brand new ones, used ones, all types of different deals. Go and see them on Highway 280, just outside of Davil, as you're heading to Birmingham from Auburn. Go see Harrison. Tell him we sent you from the Auburn Blitz. Let's see, a few comments.
Smalls asked if we thought he was as genuine in person as he was on the TV, and I think 100%, yeah.
I agree.
He had that radiating kind of energy, and
he just, like, he was nice, and as far as being cordial and answering everybody's questions, even though some of them were stupid. And you were just like, okay, but it's like, I need to go win. I need to start winning the day.
Yeah.
And I'm not winning the day up here in front of y'all. All of y'all in here that want me to win, I'm not winning the day talking to y'all. I got to go and get some things done. And like he said, in between a bathroom break and eating a Dorito, he's going to figure out how to get all this stuff done. And so, yeah, here's the bottom line of this. He ain't coached to play at Auburn. He's got a lot of work to do in this program. He's got a tall mountain to climb. This is 5 losing seasons. The question was asked about how do you change that? Auburn's lost a lot of games. Yes, we know, because I sent you something last night, and I'm sick of it. And I'm just going to read it for everybody so they can throw up in their mouth too. Auburn hasn't won an Iron Bowl since 2019, haven't won a bowl game since 2018, haven't been to a bowl game since 22. I think it's actually 23, but haven't beaten Georgia since 2017, haven't had a winning season since 2019. So, I mean, actually 2020 was a winning season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or is it 500? I can't remember. It's been, who cares? Like, it's so bad. Like, I don't even, like, the COVID year was just weird anyway. But since then, all of that I just read is just, it is just unbelievable. And so they
went 6-4.
Yeah, so 6. Yeah, they won 6.
6 and 5.
6 and 5. So congratulations. That's what we hang our hat on around here now. We went 6-5 in a COVID year. That is that, but all of that other, I mean, it has gotten away from us at Auburn, and he's got a lot of work to do. And he expects, again, he didn't ask for everybody's patience. He didn't ask for, hey, we got to rebuild and y'all just bear with me and, whatever. It's like, man, I'm here to do a job. It's a blessing. This is a dream come true. I'm going to work 1,000% today, just like I plan on working 1,000% 4, 5, 6 years from now if he's still a head coach. His energy level is like, I need to get this done now. And the schedule is tougher for everybody. Just all the things that
I mean, look at his schedule, where he's coming from to what he's walking into next year.
And so, and I was thinking about this last night, for what we were going to discuss this morning, and all the things that you have to deal with, and there's a lot of programs. Florida's dealing with this, Arkansas's dealing with this, LSU's dealing with this. They're all in the same timetable. Things have got to change. They've already made it to one portal window, which I'm glad, but you've got to change with the playoffs coming up, and just there's going to have to be some changes made in this calendar because this is ridiculous. And everybody, there's just so many moving pieces. It almost makes it impossible when you make a change like this to get ahead of things. You almost have to be realistic and say, hey, you can't, you got to give somebody a little bit of a break to get their feet on the ground. I mean, it's tough, but I mean, nobody's asking for pity. You know what you're signing up for. But everybody that's got their program rolling just keeps rolling. And now you're trying to catch them.
Yeah. So, I mean, the good thing is, Auburn's not dealing with the same mess everywhere else, but again, with the way everything is changing, I mean, he's got less than 24 hours now to the start of signing day and or the first day of signing day. And again, when the portal opens, what's going to happen? I mean, there's just so much
fire hose.
Yeah. Again, and he's just trying to get his feet on the ground. He's been in Auburn now, hasn't even been 48 hours.
Correct. So let's shift over recruiting. Tomorrow, we'll be talking about this amongst everything else we got going on with Super 7 coming up tomorrow, and we got a lot of work to do. I feel like I'm drinking out of a fire hose right now as we talk. Braylon Womack flipping, obviously that was not good. I'm not upset about Peyton Falzon and Naku Hepi. First of all, I didn't understand why Auburn offered Naku Hepi. I'll just shut up. Here's the deal. You and I felt like, where are we going with some of this stuff in recruiting? We never said it openly on here, but now I can. And everybody wants to say, well, some of these guys decommitted. Okay, maybe you gave them that opportunity, but that wasn't what this coaching staff was wanting. And they did want Braylon Womack for sure. And that's just part of it. That's the fallout that you get from coaching changes and things like that. But seems like Jace Matthews is all in. He kind of came out and kind of confirmed that in some things he said yesterday. And then, of course, Shadarius Tootle and Jaquez Wilt, we feel like will stay as well. So there's going to be some key pieces. This is not going to be this 26 class, it's going to take some work over the next couple months, maybe to fill some holes.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be more aggressive for him at Auburn, and being at this school. But I do think, like you said, some of these guys just weren't what was needed on this staff, and that's kind of as much as you can say on that. But it is going to be a lot more aggressive at Auburn trying to sign guys and also get them out of the portal than it would have been for him at South Florida.
I will say this, the guy that everybody thought, including us, was going to get the job, and John Summerall. Did you watch that yesterday?
About say it again.
Did you watch his press conference?
I did. Did you see his entrance?
I did. First of all, why do you get up there and you already look like little brother to Lane Kiffin? Oh, I called him. I'm like, really? He said, yeah. It's like, I don't want that job, but you take it. And I mean, it was like, all right, and then Florida fans completely melting down, blasting him on that, saying, I knew it. He's little brother to whoever out here. Like Alex Golesh didn't make reference to anybody. He didn't talk about like even his guys. He was like, this is what we got to do. And all, again, I don't care who wins a press conference. It just felt weird, and then Lane Kiffin up there with all that purple on yesterday. And then I can't tell sometimes what's AI and what's not, but have you, thanks Tucker. Appreciate it. I'm booting you too, by the way. Just kidding. You can laugh, Faith. You have permission. You laugh anyway every day. So, I mean, I don't know what's AI and what's not with Ole Miss. Did some of those players really say he was a after practice or whatever yesterday? I don't know. I couldn't tell. It looked like it was maybe made up. But anyway, I know that's how they truly feel. But how all this kind of progresses moving forward is going to be wild for them. There's a lot to watch, man. At least my hair doesn't look like Pete Golden's. I'll say that. So whatever happened to, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say anything at all thing. Love you, Tucker. Appreciate you, man. Cannot believe Ole Miss promoted Pete Golden. Yep. I don't know, man. That's why? Because who are they going to go get? Your hair's fire, though. You get all the compliments. I get all the BS. So that's about normal, though. But they had no choice. Who are they going to go get?
Well, that too. And I saw someone comment earlier that they needed a head coach immediately for the playoffs.
He literally screwed them. Like, he drugged this out for his benefit.
And what makes me so mad is, like, Reese was saying earlier, he was like, it's all y'all's fault, this, and this. Like, if y'all would have won, Ole Miss would be in the SEC championship, so he would have stayed. No, because the Alabama job would have opened up, and then he would have gone straight there. And he's got no loyalty to LSU even, because in a couple of years, if the Alabama job opens up, if Kalen DeBoer gets fired or goes somewhere else, that's exactly where Lane Kiffin is going to go. That's his dream job.
And look, I'm not the biggest Dave Portnoy fan, but he said it yesterday. He said, at some point in time, Lane Kiffin's going to leave your football town and look in the rearview mirror with your city burning to the ground or your town burning to the ground. That's just who he is, man. He don't give a damn about you or anybody else. He may act like it, but he's just one big walking meme. Everything's funny. Everything was funny until somebody threw it back at him, until somebody called him a hoe. And
I just love everyone making the memes of can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
That's right. And the thing is that he didn't call him that. He was just referencing that. And he's like, he didn't like it. And so he wanted to fight back, got his feelings hurt. Because you know why? Deep down, he knew what was coming. He knew he was doing this, and he knew the guy was exposing him, and the guy didn't back down. So Yeah, I'm with you, Justin. It's just one of those deals where I told you this yesterday. If he would have been at Auburn 3 years ago, yes, we would have won a lot more. I believe things would be in better shape. He'd have left us too, because LSU would have come calling, or Florida would have come calling, or whoever, maybe Alabama. What if he would have beaten Alabama a couple? It wouldn't be. What about that circus? What if he'd been at Auburn, Alabama fired their coach, and he went across the state? You think he cares? That is absolutely something Lane Kiffin would do. And so, Ole Miss fans, the thing that's so dejecting for Ole Miss people right now is they truly thought, man, he is no way he's leaving here. He's got it made here. He's taking this. Yeah, the juice
The dog was
finding
fake.
out about that's unbelievable. The guy is a fraud, man. He's a fraud.
And I've seen all the girls from the hot yoga studio that he went to in Oxford come out and say, well, I can't wait now for him not to change the heat up to a dangerously hot number or turn the humidity up to where people are going to start passing out, or he's just doing bicep curls for 40 minutes, or he comes 20 minutes, 5 minutes late and leaves 20 minutes early. He's not going to talk bad about my playlist all the time. I mean, he's just a literal walking nightmare.
And all the text messages.
I don't know how much of that is true.
I don't know how much of that is true. A lot of it could be made up, but I bet. Hey, you know why it's out there?
But his past is not helping.
I was going to say, you know why people have doubt whether it may be true?
Because of his past.
That's it. So, I mean, and you can look at it the way Walker looked at it. He gave him 6 years and a better opportunity. Congratulations. There's multiple ways to look at it. Now, how he handled it at the end, people can argue with that, but it's done. It's over. That's just the way it is. So Kiffin was a con man. And if Al Davis calls you a Kiffin, when he calls you a con man, a liar, you need to take note of that. So yeah, Ole Miss, the most dejected 11-1 team on the planet, and welcome to the playoffs, Ole Miss. You've been wanting to get here. Now let's see what happens. So interesting stuff. All right, let's talk about some more of our partners. We could go on for hours here. We don't have hours. I feel like Alex Golesh. I got 450,000 things to do, and I love all of you. I gotta move on. Oliver Ross.
If you've got a work party or sorority or fraternity Christmas cocktail coming up, whatever it is, call an Oliver Ross. From 20 people up to 20,000 people, they are the professional licensed bartending service for you. So go ahead and call an Oliver Ross. I mean, they can go in there, get everything all set up, and then once the whole thing is over, pack up and leave. And I mean, you don't even have to worry about entertaining or you don't have to worry about bartending. You can focus on the entertaining. So just call an Oliver Ross. Let them do all the hard work for you.
Russell Medical Center, one of the top 3 hospitals here in the state of Alabama. They are partnered with UAB Healthcare System. Small town, great healthcare. Don't have to fight the big city. Great doctors, great facilities, everything that you need. Easy access. When you're looking at healthcare, you're talking about easy access in and out, and that's what you get at Russell Medical Center. And again, you want to go to a place that cares. Check them out in Alexander City. Again, don't fight the big cities. And if they don't have the stuff in Alex City that you need, they're going to put you where you need to go. So all of the things that they have at their disposal with UAB Health gives you a tremendous advantage. So check out Russell Medical Center today. All right. We appreciate all of LSU recruiting me next. See what the offer is. Shift this thing to see what happens. There's a rumor Golden told him to, and again, it was typical, and I'll end on this. Typical the way Lane Kiffin goes, well, I asked the coach and they wouldn't let me, but I see their point, but I really wanted to stay in. It's like, okay, let me start playing the victim now. $97 million or whatever, going to LSU. I hung you out to dry. I drug you through the mud. I never would. And I tried, everybody. But they told me I couldn't. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave. So, yeah, don't get great. Everybody else is, Justin. I'm fighting it, man. I'm fighting. I've turned away multiple offers already to stay for you guys, to stay right here with you guys. So, no offers. It's all funny. All right. We got a lot to do. We appreciate all of you so much. We'll be back with you today at lunch, a double dose of the Brett and Faith show today for all of you that the fiery hair side and the gray falling outside. I did it for everybody. I just went ahead and said it. Yeah, I kind of referred to that K Smalls earlier. I mean, it's just, and then the dumb referral to the Pat Dye press conference of the Alabama. It just, I mean, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not going to go any further. Just keep going. We're going to talk some more about all of this today at lunch. I will be at Prime Fitness in Alex City. Faith will be exactly where she is right now. So we will be tying in together. And then we have an on location tomorrow in Alex City at JR's Sports Bar and Grill, one of our favorite places on earth. So before we head up to Birmingham to call the 7A championship game, which we're looking forward to that as well. So I got a lot to do and not a lot of time to do it in. So it's off a movie, isn't it?
Hey.
Yep. I think that's Willy Wonka, actually. I don't know why I know that. All right, Faith, I'm going to let you send us out on that.
Hope everyone has the best day ever.
And we'll see you again at lunch, everybody, for more of the Auburn Blitz.